Howdy, we have our Quiz 8 review here. I'm going to go ahead and do a couple of these. Hopefully you remember a bunch of it, and you'll do awesome tomorrow. This will be your first grade of the second 9 weeks. So let me see what I have here. I have 7x and 4. Okay, so what we have to do first is split it. So let me scooch this up. I'm going to do my work off to the side here at the top of the page. So I'll call this number 1. Number 1, 7x is less than or equal to negative 28. And 4y is less than or equal to negative 28. Okay? So your first step is to split it, find some room to work, and then let's go ahead and do both sides. So divide this one by 7. It's important to write the inequality signs. Okay, don't put an equal sign there. It's less than. Divide this side by 4. Okay, there we go. So that tells me where to put my first 2 points. On the x-axis, put a point at negative 4. On the y-axis, put a point at negative 7. When we were doing these graphing things before, some of you just mixed up what the x and the y-axes were. So that would be an easy way to fix those and to earn your points back and get it right this time. So make sure that you keep your x and your y-axis straight. Now it's less than or equal to, so I'm going to draw a solid line. Oops, I almost missed that other point. Okay, now both of these are less than. You can kind of use them both, but we usually just use the y. We're going to go underneath the line because that's less than. Underneath the line because it is, yes, less than. And x is less than means to the left. This also goes to the left. This shading goes down and to the left. So that agrees with both of those statements that we have up there. So it's kind of cool. Okay, so a little bit of work required to do those, but we've done a bunch of them, so hopefully you can get through those without too much trouble. Be sure that when you divide by a negative that you switch the inequality, though. It's really important. Okay, over here, y is less than or equal to 3. So on the y-axis, go to 3 and put a point. And we're going to draw this perpendicular because it's never going to touch the x. This can't touch the x. There is no x there. Okay, so y, it was less than or equal to, so draw a solid line, and y is less than, shade down. Y is less than, shade down. Okay, I can do one more here. If it's x, on the x-axis, go to 2, and draw a dashed line, because it is not or equal to. And x is greater than 2, so let's go over here. X is greater than, go to the right. Kind of like the arrowhead. If I draw an arrowhead out of this, it would go to the right. So go ahead and do that. I always put the x on the correct side for these. Okay, so there's a couple of those there. On the back real quick, this is the graphing systems of equations where you just have to be really, 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 really accurate. So y equals 4x plus 4. Let's start with this one. I'm going to put my points. So up 4 to start. Okay. And then up 4 and over 1 for my slope. So up 4 and over 1 for my slope. It's positive, so it's going to go in that direction. And I should go backwards as well. Down 4 and over 1, keeping on that same line. Down 4 and over 1, down 4 and over 1 will be off my graph. I promise you these will be set up so that it will hit on the graph, where the lines actually meet each other. Okay. The next line is 5 halves x plus 1, so go to plus 1. And then up 5 and over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. Well, that didn't hit, and in fact it got further away. Let's go backwards, down 5 and over 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2. There's my point. So that's where these two lines are going to meet. You need to be really accurate with your graphing so that you can see where they will hit each other. That's negative 2, negative 4. Your answer here is the point. Okay, that's what I want to see. I want you to see to make that connection. These two lines meet here. That's my answer. Okay, so you can do those on this side as well. Hopefully, we've done a whole bunch of graphing the last couple of weeks, so hopefully this first grade will be really awesome for you, get you off to a good start on the second 9 weeks. Go ahead and